data handling and go to observability section, integrations. Or schedule define. Okay. So anyway, the integration is not showing here. Go to the instances. So this is the integration we have ran yesterday. I'm searching at the last one day. It is successfully ran. How many times the integration? 126 times the integration happened. Processing completed successfully. I think we were there till 100 or 105 100 times. When the class ended, that time it was there 105 like that. So after that, it has completed the looping. So every time 2000 records will be taken from the download file and it will write into the destination system. Okay. And now if you look at the our SAP system, you will see the files located in the destination system. So this is the way you can chunks the files. Chunks means divide the data from OIC and send to the third-party system. And
Sir, I
someone
have one doubt.
yeah.
For each segment, one file will be saved. I mean, if ఇక్కడ 64 ఫైల్స్ కనపడుతున్నాయి మనకి ఈచ్ సెగ్మెంట్ ఒక ఫైల్ కావాలి కదా.
So if you look at this one here, it is there now. Not 64 files here. So 64 is the last.
For each segment, one file will be created, right?
Maybe what I'm thinking is FTP, it is not taking that much size. So because of that reason, it is stopping 64 only. The FTP size is very less here because of the demo instance.
Okay, sir.
I will try to find out what is the issue, but here the integration successfully ran. Because of the FTP size, maybe less size in the demo instances. That is the reason it is not taking the files. But we will. Okay. Anyway, we will send the file single file. Okay. I'm deleting the files here. I'm deleting the files here. So what we will do the little changes in integration level. So instead of sending the multiple files, deactivate. So I want to send the complete file to destination system. Destination system. I want to send the complete file to destination system with single file. Okay. For that, go to the file. So instead of SEQ means it is not multiple files, right? So remove this one. Append existing file you can use. Use the append existing files. Append existing file. Click on continue. So what will happen? Append existing file. So what will happen is append to existing file. Whatever the files are there, right? So 2000 records first time the file will be right, and second time when the looping happened, when the second iteration, so the 2000 records whatever it is there, inside that file only the 2000 records will be appended. Append to existing file. Use this option. So what will happen? Append to existing file. So first 2000 records, second 2000 records will be appended to same file. Same file. Continue. Save the changes. Run the integration. Run. Now, if you look at the destination system, so each time 2000 records will be sent to here, and it is adding in the next data file. So the size is increasing or not?
Yes, increase size is increasing.
This is the way you can append existing file. File to local system at this moment, but still it is copying the file from the downloading the file data. But I will tell you one problem in there here. Look at it is not coming complete file. Is coming old file. Not properly. Let's open this one from here. Because of the long file, it is taking time. So the next requirement is yes, okay. I need to explain one more thing in this integration. So once the process completed successfully, we will explain the next. I will explain the one more problem is there. So that problem I'll explain because the file is not opening here. The file open, then I can tell. Okay. So anyway, that is happening. Anyway, that is happening. It is happening now. So while it is running, I will explain one more integration explanation. One more integration I will explain. Okay. So I'm going to create the two tables, guys, department table and employee table. Department table and employee table. So one department we have multiple employees, right? So department is the parent table. Here department member is the primary key, and employee in the employee table. In the employee table, department number is the foreign key. And in the employee number, I'm taking as the primary key in this employee table. So department table and employee table. Department table, I'm considering the department number as the primary key. And employee table, department number is the foreign key. And employee number is the primary key. So this right in the primary key and foreign key. In SQL classes, you might have explained, right?
Yes.
So, now the requirement is yes, client will. So our requirement is client will pass the JSON payload. So this is the sample payload I'm using. So client will give the JSON payload. So we need to store the data into these tables. Client will pass the JSON payload. We need to store that. We need to store into these tables: department table and employee table. Understand, right? So whatever the columns are there. So these columns against we have created the DB tables. So end user, what they will do whenever the data ready, whenever this data ready, so this data we are getting from the any other source. So it may be different third party systems. They will give the data in this form. So um, our requirement is what we need to take this format, and integration will pick up this data and it will store into our tables. That is the requirement. So this is not schedule integration. So whenever the data ready, they will pass this payload to the integration. They will pass this payload to the integration, and integration will pick up this data at the payload, and it will store into these tables. So where these tables resided, these tables resided into the ATP database. These tables reside in the ATP database. So you all know, right, how to configure the ATP, right? So ATP in SQL developer. So that SQL classes you will explain, right? In SQL classes you will explain ATP database how to configure. So the main requirement of this one is, so the client will send the data in this format, and we need to pick up this data at the payload and store into these tables. So it may not be single record, it may be multiple records. So department will be multiple records and employee will be multiple records. So whenever the multiple records concept will come, you need to apply the looping also. You need to apply the looping also. Looping means record by record we need to take from this payload and store into these tables. The requirement is not clear. I can explain once again, guys. So if the requirement is clear, we will start the development. Or do you want to repeat anything once again? Processing completed successfully. Okay. Not going. Initiation.
ఉమ్, ఉమ్, లేదు లేదు లేదు. ఉహు. కట్ చేసావు, సర్లే. కానీ నేను పిల్లది ఆధార్ కార్డు తీసుకోవాలి ఆధార్ సెంటర్లో. మీరిద్దరు వెళ్ళి తీసుకోండి. ఫాదర్ నేమ్ ఉంది, మా మదర్ ఆఫ్ అని ఇచ్చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది. దీనికి ఏంటంటే మదర్ ఆఫ్ అని ఎక్కిచ్చేసి. ఉమ్.
Pausing completed successfully.
ఏంటి
Now
పిల్లలు
what you do, so it is completed.
ఇస్తాడు?
Now you download this file to local system. I will tell you the issue.
ఆరోగ్యాలు ఏంటి? ఆరోగ్యాలు ఏంటి అంటున్నా? ప్రతిసారి ఏంటి అంటున్నా? పిచ్చ పిచ్చ కళ్ళ దిగుతున్నావా? ఏదైతే రోగాలు వస్తున్నాయి అది ఇది.
3 నెలలకు ఒకసారి 6 నెలలకు అందరూ వెళ్తున్నారు నీ వాళ్ళు అందరూ.
అలా ఇక్కడ లేకపోతే వాళ్ళు రమ్మన్నారు కదా నువ్వు.
ఎవరు నేనేం చేయట్లేదు కదా పుట్టినరోజు.
ఎవడు చేస్తున్నాడు ఇక్కడ? ఎవడ పుట్టినరోజు కేకులు చేస్తున్నారా ఏంటి? నాకెందుకు? నువ్వు ఆధార్ కార్డు ఇవాళ రేపట్లో వెళ్ళి తీసుకో.
ఇప్పుడు రానన్నానని
ఏం అవసరంలా, ఇప్పుడే కాదు.
నీకు ఒక దాంట్లో నీకు వాళ్ళకి ఒక దాంట్లో నేనే వెళ్ళిపోతే ఇప్పుడే వెళ్ళిపోతే ఇంట్లో
ఉండు వెళ్ళిపోదంతా నాకు అనవసరం.
నీకు చెప్పండి నా పిల్లలు నీ పిల్లలు కదా, నీ పిల్లలు నువ్వు ఇష్టం వచ్చి చేసుకో. అది నీ ఇష్టం వచ్చి చేసుకో.
ఎవడైనా రావద్దన్నాడా ఏంటి? అమ్మాయి రండి 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 అంటేనే మీ వాళ్ళకేమో గుద్ద నొప్పి, రమ్మంటేనేమో రారు. చూసా, ఏం తక్కువ చేశానమ్మా మీ వాళ్ళకి? తీసుకొచ్చి చెప్పా పెట్టకుండా తీసుకెళ్లి అమ్మ వాళ్ళ గదులు అక్కడెక్కడ ఉన్నారు.
Open this one. If you look at this one, only data copied, right? So, but there is no header information. Did you observe? So the data file which I copied from SAP SFTP server to local system. Okay, and after you download the file data here, so you will see only data, but there is no header information, because in the mapper I have not mapped anywhere in the column information. Okay, so we need to add the column information also in the data file. For that, you understand the problem or not, guys? So this is the data, right? If you see the actual file, we'll show you the actual file. Open this one. Actual file. In actual file, we have a columns also there. So these columns, these columns not taking not taking in the file destination system. So we need to send these columns also in the destination system. For that, what we will do here? Go to the project. Deactivate the integration. Go on. So save the change. So we need to write the one more write statement here before before you loop the record one by one, right? So before you loop through the records one by one, 2000 records, we need to write we need to write one more write statement here. Only two headers. For that, I will tell you the logic. Okay. So if you put inside the read file segments, what will happen? So these headers, if you put inside, will happen every 2000 records. This columns header names will come. Column header names will come. Okay. Right. Header columns. Right file. Output directory, same name we can do. Output directory. Okay. Under file name pattern, same name you can do. Okay, append existing file. Continue. So here also you upload the sample data. Sample to records. Or you see, these names can be any name, guys. Like this. So now what we are going to do, we are so here what is happening here, data will be copied over to here, right? So now what you are going to do, so whatever the file you are reading, whatever the download file you are downloading in the stage location, right? What you are taking, you are doing the, I will tell you this. So now if you see the download file response, download file, okay. So what we are going to do is, so we are going to put like this, create target node. I'm going to write like this, hard coding the column headers. So before you use the read file segments with chunks, so we are writing the destination systems empty file with the column names like this, empty file with the column names, so that when, okay, I will tell you. First thing is, before you enter into this before enter into this loop, what will happen? The file will be placed into the SFTP server. Only the column headers. Only the column headers. And then when the integration execution enter into here, it will take the data from here. It will take the data from using the read file segments 2000 records, and it will send to the along with the column headers. It will send to the destination system. Like that, it will happen, guys. So that is the reason I'm writing the column headers before you enter into this loop, so that the empty file will be sent to the destination system before you enter into here, and only column header will come. So that is the reason I'm doing the hard coding of the column names. Hope you understand, right? Forty name. Order ID. Target node. Quantity. Price. Ship to location. Ship to location. Help location. Plus. Order state, order start date. Order creation. Order loss or delivery. Contract name. Contract. Order contract. Right. BPT title. Validate. So I'm not writing other column information, just for your understanding only. I have added only few columns, column headers. Okay. So what will happen with this logic? First, whatever the file you downloaded, right? So I am writing this file to destination system. Only the empty column, empty file with the only column headers it will download. Then what you are doing, whatever the download the file, it got the response, right? So that response, we are taking the data from here and writing into here. So first the file empty columns, empty file with the columns will be moved to the SFTP server, and then it will append the file here. So we have mentioned append existing file, right? If you look at this one, append existing file. So with the same name, the file will be moved to the SFTP server with the columns with this step, and then data will be moved from stage file, read file segments with chunks, and write into destination system. Yeah. Not multiple files, single file with the column header. Here, this step, it will append the data to this file because we have mentioned the append to existing file option. So that is the way it will happen. So just for to save our time, I have mentioned only 5 or 6 columns, sorry, around 10 columns. I have hard coded here. If you want, we can hard code all. So finally, what you have to do, you have to activate the integration and test. Run the integration. Okay. So it will take time. First, see, now you will see the headers. See, the information came, right? So So this is the headers, right? Header means column names, order number, party name, order ID, these things. Then data will be copied. Data will be copied with this step. We'll do that. So data will be copied to this step. Columns will be copied to this step. So why we have not put this in the inside the step, guys? Anyone can tell answer? So why we have not copied? Why we have not put this step in the read file segment switches? What is the answer from your side? So my question is, why we have not put these two wide header columns into inside the stage file segments, not outside the, now we put in the outside of the read file segments.
In the loop, we are getting every time 2000 records we are appending. Columns come only single time, but the data repeated every time. That
Yeah,
is why
correct.
we are.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct answer. Stopping for today, guys. Tomorrow I will continue.